What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman for Awesemo.com, and I am back with my NBA DFS contenders on Draftkings for Wednesday, February 3rd. Now be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when this and all of our other content goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman so you can get updates to these sim results as we get closer to lock. Finally, let me know in the comments section who are your favorite options for tonight's slate. We're rounding out the bottom of my top 10 with Christian Wood, Bradley Beal, Eric Gordon, Jaylen Brown, and DeMar DeRozan on the outside looking in. Who will be my favorites? My top 5 plays for today? They're probably from Oklahoma City. It's time to find out. Like I said, kicking it off in Oklahoma City, shooting guard, small forward eligibility. You guys know how much I love that. Hamidou Diallo, 4,500, projected for just shy of 30. You're looking for 38. He's in the optimal lineup 27% of the time. I haven't played 27 minutes, 25% usage, 16 points, almost 6 boards, almost 3 assists, a stock and a half. He's normally a 0.96 fantasy point per minute guy. We're blowing that one out of the water. He's basically a 1.1 guy with no George Hill and no Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That is a very important deal. Pace up spot against Houston. They gain almost 2 possessions. There's an infinite amount of value right now in Oklahoma City. You pretty much have to play a bunch of these guys, and I love doing it. Guard and forward eligibility, massive for Diallo. Going to be popular all day. Next up, number 4, we're switching teams. Same game, though. Point guard, shooting guard eligibility on Victor Oladipo. 7,800, projected for 47.5 fantasy points. The goal is just 49. He's in the optimal lineup 31% of the time. 35 minutes, 34% usage. Yeah, that's what happens when John Wall's not on the floor. 25.5 points, 7.5 assists, 4.5 boards, and 2 stocks. Same pace up spot, basically. 1.2 additional possessions for Houston. And Oladipo was a 1.05 fantasy point per minute guy. Because of all the changes in this game, because of no John Wall, because of the usage bump, he's a 1.35 fantasy point per minute guy. One of the biggest ceilings on the slate. I love getting there. It's a no-brainer. 7,800 isn't even like a pay-up option. You can clearly take another guy above him, maybe even 2, with the amount of value that's coming out of Oklahoma City. So Victor Oladipo looking amazing at 7,800. Next up, number 3, we're going to Darius Bazley, the number 1 contender on FanDuel, by the way. Spoiler alert. Small forward, power forward eligibility, 5,200, projected for 34, optimal lineup 32% of the time. Now, he's also projected for 32 minutes, 23% usage. That's a bump over his normal rates because of everybody being out. 17 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. Normally a 0.83 fantasy point per minute guy. We're projecting him at 1.05 just because of the additional role. Same pace up spot. And again, you get 2 forward eligibility spots and a mid-5s price tag. You can't avoid something like that. There's just too much opportunity and too low of prices on OKC. They didn't expect Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to be out, so these guys are priced down. You have to soak up value somewhere. I see no better place to do it than with the Thunder and with Darius Bazley. Or you can grab some value elsewhere from Oklahoma City. That would be Theo Maledon, point guard, shooting guard eligibility, 4,300, projected for 29.5. Goal is 37. He's in the optimal lineup 35% of the time. Now, there's not a real point guard on this team other than Maledon. So he's going to play 33 minutes, basically a 0.9 fantasy point per minute guy. He's not really like a good DFS play normally, 0.75. You're getting him because of the increased role in the firm minutes. Almost 14 points. 5.5 assists, close to 4.5 rebounds, still pace up spot, and you're betting on playing time. 33 minutes at 4,300 is a really difficult salary to ignore. So whether it's Maledon, Bazley, Diallo, you can see Eric Gordon, Christian Wood, Victor Oladipo. The Oklahoma City-Houston game is a boon for fantasy. You're going to need a few pieces. I'm expecting 2 or 3 in the optimal lineup. And most of them are showing up in my top 10. So I guess you guys can figure out where I'm going to be tonight. Now, before we get to number 1, one last reminder, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and follow me, Josh Engleman, on Twitter, at Josh Engleman. It's very easy. Can't mess that one up. Finally, the number 1 contender for today's slate, bubble hero, shooting guard, small forward eligibility for Lou Dort. He's 4,400, sees a massive usage boost when SGA and George Hill are off the floor. We're talking 33 minutes at 0.93 fantasy points per minute, almost 20 points, 3.5 boards, 2 assists, a stock and a half, and the thing that I love the most, shooting guard, small forward eligibility. So you can play him at shooting guard, small forward, guard, forward, utility, 5 out of the 8 spots. And these guys are already super cheap. It's so easy to move around these Oklahoma City guys because they can be rostered in multiple spots. Dort, Baisley, Maladon, Diallo, all with the MPE. You want to get these guys right, but I don't think anybody's going to hurt you all that bad. There's going to be a lot of ownership here. There's going to be a lot of cash game plays here, but Lou Dort is the #1 contender on DraftKings. Alrighty, folks, that will do it. Those are my NBA DFS contenders on DK for Wednesday, February 3rd. I'm on the strategy show with Lofty this morning, so make sure you go back and check that show out. No live before lock, though. So that's it for me. Keep your eyes peeled tomorrow morning for another edition of the Contenders. Good luck tonight, everybody.